welcome back to another Fortnite video. But wait, today's been a full 365 days of when I first played Fortnite. For all you stupids out there, that's a year. Just kidding, you guys are amazing. While it's been terrible in the last 3 months, that will not stop my channel from making my full story of the game that shits my YouTube channel a few months ago. It all started on September 26th when I first got my hands on Fortnite on a Chromebook. Because I installed it because I was extremely bored and I stumbled across Fortnite on my wonderful journey of looking for free games. And it was extremely fun and enjoyable, but when I was playing on a Chromebook. But however, its server connections were not fun and enjoyable. And to make it matters even worse, it was riddled with several bugs and glitches like I said in my last Fortnite video. But all fun ended when my stupid Chromebook crashed while I was inside the battle bus, because we all know how bad a budget $150 Chromebook gets with games. By the way, I played again with a Chromebook in early October and it ended up the same way what happened 2 weeks before. Fast forward nearly 2 months later, and this is when the fun really started, because I found out that you can download Fortnite on your Xbox. Because at that time, I was an extremely stupid 11-year-old YouTube artist, like me still to this day. And it was an extreme upgrade from the Chromebook, because you get 1080p resolution, no 14 FPS gameplay. And finally, console peasant graphics, which I still use to this day. I almost forgot to mention that I was probably the biggest noob in the game because I ran inside the storm thinking it healed you, took a pistol over a 98 damage scar, and not knowing the storm circle existed until early December. This was a day that changed my Fortnite experience forever in 2 reasons. Reason number 1, the first Fortnite LTM that came out, which was the one and only 50v50. Spoilers, with the 4-year-old Xbox with an outdated GPU, the frame rate inside the action was horrible. But on the bright side, there's no toxic community. Yeah, never mind. And reason number 2, my first, again on 50v50, my first recorded footage ever was made. Spoilers, again, I was too stupid to delete that footage in February. Fast forward a week later, and the most untouchable, most unforgettable Fortnite season ever has arrived. With something we as Season 1 players had never seen before, the Battle Pass, with 4 skins, 3 pickaxes, and 3 gliders. And oh yeah, I failed to even get the Royale Night. It wasn't just the Battle Pass in Season 2 amazing, it was of course the Christmas update, the time when people used no launcher, the time where people still didn't build when they were getting shot, the time I went on a 5-day vacation in Disney World, and the time when AGI Pie was considered Satan during the net neutrality crisis. Good old days. Mid-season 2. This all ended in January 18th, or known as Update 2.2.0, when the new map update arrived. This changed up Fortnite forever in good ways and really terrible ways. Due to the fact, this is my first year playing Fortnite, I'll put the good changes first. Number 1, it made the map more realistic and less dull. What I mean by that is they added richer colors, mainly towards green on the mini-map, changed the extremely dull Indiana Jones looking font and added a better font, and changed the textures on the mini-map. And number 2, it was more locations in land instead of the original 8 locations. Spoilers, this was the fact that 0.0.0.0.0.0.0.0.0.0.1% of players, because everybody went to Tilted. The terrible things at this city is the fact that 80+ people went to Tilted almost every single game for already 6 months, which sucks. Reason number 2 why this sucked is that I had to completely rememorize the map that took me already 4 months to memorize after the map update for Valentine's Day. The Cuddle Team Leader was added, the Love Ranger, and the suckiest sniper in human history was added to the game. And to really sum this up, that was the most untouchable season ever. You know, I said earlier Season 2 was the most untouchable season. Well, Season 3 was the most unstoppable because the game turned into the most popular game in the world in March. But enough with Season 3, and let's get into it. When I first played in Season 3 update, the most noticeable change I felt instantly was new cancerous music. For some reason, still exists to this day, even though nobody wants it anymore. Season 3 changed the Battle Pass completely, which is a good thing because there's now 100 tiers to make it more challenging, because Season 2 was only a mere 70. Fortnite added more cosmetics to the Battle Pass, such as loading screens, controls, etc. and Fortnite added weekly quest to make the Battle Pass better. Maybe the Battle Pass wasn't the best thing in my opinion, but I did like how they celebrated Chinese New Year because I thought it was pretty cool. Early Season 3 was still considered small and quiet until March 7th through March 15th. Fortnite has completely overthrown every single game in the world, which is a good thing and bad thing simultaneously. Like I said earlier, I'll start with the positive first. There were these idiots everywhere. Since there were no toxic people. The negative side is, you know how I said there was no toxic community? Well, fast forward not even a week later, and then all the team killing John Wicks came, loot stealing people, and the 9-year-olds came. And what I mean by team killing is by killing by fall damage, not the true friendly fire. Rest in peace, first day through January. Another bad thing was popularity caused the servers to crash in mid-April, which got the Rust bucket in return, which sucked again. And the worst thing of all is it took a bunch of middle schoolers turn their mind into an extremely cringy season 5 fanboys. After a month of cringy fan base, stupid additions like the Guided Missile and Porta 4, something very strange but very slow was in the sky. The comet. This magnesium-based comet was starting to hit Tilted Towers. Don't believe me? Look at Alliades. But on April 18th, Fortnite trolled their fan base completely with TV messages, random vibration on consoles that say D5, which is tilted coordinates, and 418, which is the date. The trick is all the micrometeors that is 0 damage to players, but however can still kill you by taking out your buildings in there. It did not hit Dusty. It did not hit Tilted. It hit Dusty. In my opinion, 90% of the people just experienced the first full season. But for me, I was met with an extremely over-dramatic, low-budget, Mission Impossible ripoff. However, this did not define Season 4 as a whole. It had some pretty good additions like the Infinite Gown. To be honest, this was probably one of my favorite LTMs ever. A second Tilted Towers, by the way. That was like 2 weeks before everybody switched to Tilted again. The Battle Pass was alright. Until I found out it was completely mediocre. That I didn't buy it until June. All the skins except Technique and Omega sucked. But for example, the Carbide, it looked like a 2-cent Black Panther ripoff. Even though the hype for that movie died 3 months before, and it came out 3 months before too. The Omega skin was pretty damn impressive, but the problem with that is in late Season 4, everybody used the skin. There were in every corner you looked. Season 4 was good until May 22nd for 2 reasons. Number 1, I had to put my favorite pet down because I had kidney failure. And to make stuff worse, Fortnite insulted me with the least skilled trash weapon ever. The jetpack. This thing sucked for many reasons, because a guy who probably wasted at least 500 mats would lose to someone who just spammed spacebar and spammed the tactical shotgun in their face. The jetpack was not the worst update of Season 4, however. It got even dumber, and dumber. Like at one point, Epic decided to completely ruin pump shotguns to the point like, hey Pop, let's completely remove one pumps. But the update that really got on my nerves was June 20th, when Epic decided to slowly yet significantly destroy what made Fortnite different from every single Battle Royale game, the building. Even though I don't build as I used to, I think this is the dumbest business strategy, and we'll kill off the game pretty soon, because the building is what made Fortnite so unique and special towards other games like PUBG, H1Z1, Call of Duty, Halo, etc. The motto of the game is literally the battle building, not it's or nothing! But at this point, my interest started to die down, because as slowly and stupidly and more idiotic the additions were added to the game, like the stink bomb that absolutely no reason to exist, and because it's even worse than the smoke grenade, adding more bloom to stun guns, like some machine guns, like the tactical before they removed them. The balancer on June 5th that nobody even uses anymore. The SMG that acts more like an assault rifle, but it all changed in the sky on June 30th when the missile inside the evil lair misses Tilted and caused an oversized rift in the sky. The last major updates of Season 4 was when the Revs took away the Tomato in Tomato Town, the sign in the sporting goods and retail row, and last but not least, the sign of Lonely Lodge. The reason why I called Season 5 the Apocalypse is because the season was called When Worlds Collide, but it should really be called When Worlds Die, because the season sucked for many reasons. One, the name was extremely misleading because there was not any major changes to the map, same with Season 6. The Battle Pass was again misleading because who would have a lifeguard inside a time travel themed season? The community was more normie and cringe-infested than ever. The fact that the storyline was just some stupid queue running for 3 weeks and dissolved into Loot Lake. By the way, not to lie, the Loot Lake change was a really good addition to the game. And that 95% of the entire season meta was just some skillless double barrel and SMG kills. At first, the season was a new season too. And to the point it made me as an idiotic 12-year-old stay up to the whole season and say, oh yeah, season 5 is going to be so much better than season 4. And I was right, because sometimes things amaze me, like how they added all-terrain carts, if you didn't know what it was called, that go like 2 miles an hour. The desert area fascinated me, even though they removed Moisty Mire and the place that Donald Trump deserves to be in November. Season 5 was a new season too, until Epic was like, hey, wouldn't it be a great idea to completely vault their tactical SMG? In return, the community gave a huge middle finger to the community and gave the worst meta to exist in the game meta. This was the SMG meta. SMG meta was originated in mid-August when Fortnite decided to remove the tactical SMG and added 2 horrible weapons to help the OGs cope with their loss: the submachine gun and the not-so-Christian compact SMG. These 2 guns were awful and should be vaulted and replaced with the tactical SMG because you can get really skillless, easy kills and wins for doing absolutely nothing. Thankfully, the SMG meta died down in mid-September when nobody really used it anymore. Thank you, September. But now when I think Fortnite as of today, I think I have a slightly better picture of the game than what it was like 2 months ago. But it probably won't still be anything or nor enjoyable as 1 year to 7 months ago. In conclusion, even though Fortnite is nowhere as enjoyable or good as it was over 4 months ago, but not to completely complain today, I do gotta thank the great memories it gave me over the year playing this game, and I probably will still play Season 6 again. And my final spoilers, the time when I was publishing this video was the first day of Season 6.